Welcome, everybody, to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up like I'm doing right now. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit the alert button, the bell, notifications, follow us on Twitter, IG, all that stuff, yada, 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 yada. On the docket today, we have 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 5, Episode 18, Tell All Part 2. Good googly mooglies.
I'm glad it's over. I'm just glad it's over.
This was not a tell-all because it ain't tell me nothing. Wait, I recant that statement. I learned one thing in this tell-all. And that is, Mike, you bought yourself a cam girl.
Right.
So basically, your relationship is in your phone and no place else.
I mean, it's just weird the way he's acting.
What was weird to me was at the end where he was talking to her, bless you, on the phone, like trying to, make sure that she's still good. And she just like looked at him and she was like, I love you. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was so bad. I couldn't even feel bad for him at that point. I had no sympathy. I had no sympathy left because my thing is like with his friend, like he's actively choosing to be in this relationship, like actively choosing.
But I got a problem with his friend though.
Which one?
Mike, John
and Nilsey?
Yeah. I got Nilsey was going overboard, but she was trying to look out for Mike, right?
Right.
Who she thought was a friend. And then he dismissed her and said, get out. And was talking to her like gutter. And Nilsey's fiance, John, ain't fucking say a word. I had a problem with that.
Oh, you mean when Mike told her to shut up? Oh, see, hold on. He's supposed to go. I'm sorry. I normally I don't promote violence, but in this case, he should have slapped. John's supposed to jump up and knock Mike out for that.
That was so wrong. And John sat there and said nothing. So I'm like, what? Okay, girl, re-examine your engagement.
Aren't they already married?
Huh?
Aren't they already married, Nilsey and John?
I thought they were fiancés.
I thought they were married. Either way,
oh no,
you can still even after the marriage, you can still rethink it.
Girl. Anyway, so let's just say hi to everybody. Hello, Yanni. Hi, Nise. Hi, Susan. Hi, Claire. Hi, Roddy Gal. Hi, me. Who else is in here? Hey, Dark Magician. Hey, Ablavi. You look like you having a rough start to your day.
I watched it. I watched it this morning so I could be fresh. It was just like, no.
Who do you want to start with, though?
Ella and Johnny.
Okay, hold on. Why was she saying anything? I don't understand it. You went back to your, what was it? Asian men and white women website?
Right.
The hookup spot. And you flew in a man to be with you on your birthday. He stayed at your house. But you expect old ass me, who just came from out on these streets, to believe he slept in the spare bedroom.
So he's a friend that you met on the website. And you flew in he flew you in just for your birthday.
No. I heard, word on the curb, is that she paid for his ticket to come and see her.
Oh. That's even worse.
Exactly. And that's why I don't believe that he slept in the spare room.
And that's why he slept in the spare room because you weren't trying to spend no money on the hotel.
Well, my thing is, he could have very well have stayed in the spare room and you was with him.
Right. So she couldn't have been lying. See? Ella, that you had to ask the right question.
My
But you feel,
thing
but
is,
my thing is you are still like Sean said, you're still on this site. My thing is you said you had like you see how that story changed, right? How it was like, oh, I had a friend come over to, oh, my friends
mhm,
would win.
mhm.
I was like, okay, we see you, Ella.
But that's a like a dating site, right? That's not a
Mhm.
friends or pen pal site. That's a dating site. So
Right.
why is she still on that if she's in this big old relationship with Johnny? And why is Johnny so willing to forgive her?
Right.
Like, Johnny, find somebody else over in China. And I'm really questioning whether he was able to come over in February or March,
Mhm.
because parts of China are back on lockdown again
Right.
and have been for a while. So, girl, my love language is touch. Touch yourself. Ew, she's so disgusting.
That's what everyone else said. They're like, yeah, this thing, Jasmine, like, she's like, I used the plastic. I used dildos. I was hollering.
I don't get it. And then her trying to chime in. That's what annoyed me the most. These are the most flawed and fake relationships ever. And all of them came there with this self-righteousness that they felt they were entitled to comment on each other's relationships and try to call out, or even worse yet, like past the predator, like fucking counseling these dimwits. Oh my God.
And the funny thing, when Ben was trying to counsel others, he wasn't wrong. But I'm just like, where was this in your own relationship? Where was this thought process in your own situation? Because
Because he
if you
too
listen to,
busy chasing down girls that are barely legal.
well, that too. Well, in fairness, he didn't know she was barely legal,
How, 1 year.
but he still didn't know.
That's not my problem, because that's still too close to the age limit. I don't care.
I mean, my whole thing is, I'll be looking at him like, dude, that could be your daughter,
Exactly. What is so attractive
legitimately.
to you? Like, when you look at her, you don't see your daughter? Like,
And think of it this way: like, he went from his wife, and then he went to a 27-year-old. They broke up when she was 30, and now he's with a 22-year-old. Like, they just keep getting younger and younger. Next one will be 18,
God forbid.
and he'll be going to her high school graduation.
I can't stand you right now.
I'm just saying, that's his trend. Like,
That's not a good trending downwards.
maybe she'll take, depending on her birthday, she might take him to the senior prom.
Jesus.
I mean, he could pay for everything.
Can he
He can.
though? He just lost his job.
He'll have another job by then, or another season on 98 Fiancé. Either way.
Not for me to watch. Oof. I just cannot deal with these people. Was there, and her always crying so that she doesn't have to answer a question.
Right.
I'm over it. She was irritating.
And lying.
Well, that was the least of her problems. Who do we want to? Anything else with them?
No.
Who do we want to go to next?
Memphis and Hamza.
Wait, do we want to get Benjamin and Mahogany out of the way?
Oh yeah.
She was there just trying to strike a pose. He was there playing holier than thou. That whole interaction with him and Jessica, and when Mahogany says, see, what Ben said about you was correct. You just like the drama. And then Jessica turned around and says, say what? You're a narcissist. You're this. You're not a friend. I'm sorry, Mahogany. Like, wait, what?
That was hilarious. Like, oops, they all turned on you.
Like that. But Jessica was like that. She was riding hard for him, attacking Mahogany. Like, why are you fighting with a child? And then when said child said, that's what he said.
Right? And she's like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. I think with her, she's like, I'm up here riding hard for you talking shit about me behind my back. Oh, no, we can't do that no more. See, she was unwilling to look crazy on television.
Oh my God.
And then she was
Wait.
talking to Gino, too, so, you know.
And what happened to Mahogany's translator and accent? Did you notice that?
Right.
They both went away.
And I'm irritated. No one point talked about Mahogany's apartment.
It wasn't the same apartment as last time, was it? Well, maybe that's her dorm room. Because didn't she say that her school was near Lima? Remember when they were driving back to Lima and she goes, oh, there's my school. And he's like, oh, how come you don't live on campus or something like that? And she deflected and said, oh, look at the car or something.
That's true.
You know, so I don't know. She has a look. She might be of Peruvian descent.
Right.
But she's very much Americanized.
Mm-hmm.
Poor casting, TLC or Sharp Entertainment. Poor casting. Anything else that happened with them?
The whole Jessica and Gino thing. That's fun. That's funny.
We can go in on that attack when we get to those two yahoos. What did you think about him going back to Peru again with his own camera? And like, I don't understand if they are together or if they're not together. She didn't want to be on his camera, but then she was in all those videos and pictures. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
How do you know he's not filming? And he's filming you guys walking and laughing. How do you not know? I'm like, you lying to. Good Lord.
Anything else happen with them?
No.
All right, so who's next?
You choose the time.
Who did you want last time? You wanted
Memphis and Hamza.
But Memphis ran away.
That was hilarious.
As soon as she was realizing that the segments were getting up to her, she was like, oh, I got a headache, I'm vomiting, I gotta go. Bye. Wow. And that's what pissed me off the most. Nothing was said. I mean, they asked Hamza what they could, you know.
Right.
He has a baby. He missed the birth. He got there 5 weeks after. And yay. Nothing else. Like, this was messed up. Wait, do I even have Memphis in my thing? I don't think so. I don't think I have her in my notes.
All you have in your notes is like she ran.
Oh my God, I don't have her in my notes. Because usually I name the couple and then like bullet points. They're not there. Oh, well. Oh. But I guess they'll be back.
Probably.
I'm not interested, but okay. Who's next?
Oh, Gino and Jasmine, Kim and Usman, I think, are left.
And Mike and him and
we
did them. Did we do them?
Yeah, we did actually. We started off with them.
Okay.
You came in guns blazing on poor.
No, look. But didn't you find it odd? Let's just go back to them, because I think I was only like pissed, just stating it's the only thing that I learned from this shitfest of a 2-hour waste of my precious, valuable life. Was that his relationship is just in his phone with his cam girl. But it seems like everybody was like, poor Mike, poor Mike, poor Mike, and going after Jimena. But I think they have the only way I could describe it is honest relationship, because he is purchasing a cam girl and she is performing for him on the camera. It's just where it falls apart is when he tries to put it in person, but that's not what a cam girl does. Mm-hmm. As my mother says, you can't turn a sow's ear into a silk purse. You buy a cam girl, you just invest in the cam girl.
Period. I mean, I don't get.
And they were all like,
poor Mike. No,
but it's not poor Mike, unless his bank account is diminishing because of this. But he's doing this on purpose.
But like, how did you feel when she admitted that he was just there for the money? When she admitted she was just there because he's helping her out.
But that's what a cam girl is. Oh my God. Like, it's a fair exchange of money for services. I had no problem with that because that's her job.
And my whole thing is like this though. He's a willing participant. Leave him alone.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hear anything from anybody. Just let him. But okay, so now he's going to meet her in Cartagena. I think I heard something about that. You notice how instantly she, like, her demeanor just like, it's like, it's okay when you on the phone or you're on the computer and I don't have to see you or smell you, or you next to me, or you tracking poop in my house. But I think it's gonna be hard for her to deal with him in person, because that's old school prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
Cam girling makes it a lot easier. Is it a derivative of it? Yeah. But girl, harden your heart and shut your brain off and just collect your coins. That's all I have to say for Jimena. But I didn't like how they was all jumping on her. Like, if that's her job, leave her alone. She's earning her keep.
Right, and he's like I keep saying, he's a willing participant.
She's not forcing him to do it. We clearly saw that. He would call her and say, I want to pay your rent. I want to make sure that you and your family are taken care of. She's not forcing him to do that. We saw it.
Yeah. Leave that man alone.
All right. Leave her alone too. Nobody argues with y'all with doing y'all jobs. Who's next?
Oh, yeah. Who you have up? Gino and Jasmine and Kim and Usman?
Let's do Kim and Usman. They were quick. Basically, she ran outside. She came back. Jamal is cute. Usman is Usman. And she said she's going to talk about it later. There's nothing. I didn't care. The one highlight from Kim was when she told Pastor Predator that you're up here talking about all of us when you have probably the worst relationship out of all of us. And his limpy eye got limper.
There was nothing there with them. Zero. Nada.
Well, there was nothing there the whole season.
Yeah.
And they should have invested in bringing Zara in.
Right.
But, oh well. I guess they didn't realize that this whole season was going to collapse the way that it did. I agree.
Because the most interesting story wasn't there.
You really think that that's the most interesting story?
Caleb, if you compare Caleb and Lena to everyone else, they were the most interesting story to me.
Not to me.
Then who was the most interesting story then, in your eyes?
In my opinion, the most interesting story was the set design.
You had to pick a couple.
A couple of couches.
I just
There was
bad.
nothing great about this. Nothing. And even if they had brought on Caleb and Alina, I still don't think it would have rescued it, because he would have went and started talking about the astrophysical plane or something like that. And I was like, what? Yeah, and she would have been saying something that would probably be getting on my nerves. And right about now, I don't want to hear from anybody from Russia. I don't know. Go Ukraine. I don't know. I think everything happened the way how it should have. They're not here. Good. Who's next? All right, Gino and Jasmine, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, there was nothing there either. I mean, besides Gino lying again. He sent 3 separate texts with 3 separate news when he said, he sent one time. I'm like,
But she's still. There's something just so weird that just doesn't add up for me, and I don't know why. He's done all of this to you, and yet you still think that his ugly body and big belly and bald head is so sexy for you, but yet he only fucked you once. Like,
He's paying for her life. That's it. And you're not gonna sit here and tell me otherwise.
Anyway, that was it, y'all. That was that show. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up and say their piece about this massive turd. 2 hours of nothing.
Yeah, Zippo.
And the one person that I would have had the most questions for would have been Memphis, because I would have been asking her, what's your timeline on getting pregnant? How are you 2.5? How are you there 2.5 weeks, but 3 weeks pregnant? Who's your baby daddy?
That's why she ran.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, ma'am. What
I'm gonna be honest. I thought they should have stopped with the draining your balls and called it a day.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That first hour was the best. And they had nothing else after that. And it's not fair that they have a tell-all, but they don't ask everybody the questions. Couldn't they have sent a camera later to ask Memphis the questions then? How is that okay?
Well, this is what I want to know. When it was filmed in January, right? So they broke up because what is it? April?
Yeah.
What was going on in their relationship?
Maybe there was more than just the baby that she didn't want to be asked about.
Ooh. Hold on, let me get inside. The children are outside. Oh, God, my ovaries are like burning.
Oh my God. What else would you have asked her, Jamal?
No, I would have asked Memphis, how do her children feel about Hamza?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I would have also asked, what's her name? Mahogany. Where did you learn to speak English, and why do you pretend like you don't have a perfect English accent? American accent? Where did you live in the United States?
Interesting. Okay, so wait. 1 month ago, he was standing up saying it was his baby. So is he denying the baby now?
Yeah.
He is? Did he get one of those DNA tests from CVS or Walgreens or Rite Aid?
You know he didn't.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't know why he would, because his child being here, if that's not his child, and they get a divorce, it looks stupid on him.
Oh.
It'd be harder to stay.
Since they're technically married and the child was born while they were married, that's his baby.
Facts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Your name has to be.
Until proven otherwise.
Is his name on the birth certificate?
It's
It doesn't.
automatically.
Yeah, automatically because he's the legal husband.
Really? See, this
Yeah.
I don't think it works. I don't think it works. Let me double check.
Well, it depends on the state, but California's
Thank you.
like
Yeah.
that. They're in Michigan. I'm sure Michigan's like that too.
Michigan ain't gonna change no laws. She left before they could ask. Yeah. I just think it was a cop out, and I'm surprised that the production company let her go.
I thought she was pregnant again.
I didn't. I thought she was nursing because the breasticles were up and popping.
But yeah, Hums is saying allegedly they broke up. He's saying, how could you get a girl like him? Reposting everybody's weird tweets. They give me Jay and Ashley teas, so I just think it's toxic.
That bad? Jay and Ashley? The Jamaican dude?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I hear he's back in Jamaica. That didn't last long. Which is crazy. They really wanted him to go back. Because people be, in New York, they be here for years with no papers.
Oh yeah, Hums is crazy. I just have to Google it because I know it used to be different back in the day, and I guess it's changed over time. Yeah, he looks real crazy right now because it says when a married couple has a child, the man is automatically presumed to be the father and has full legal and parental responsibility rights and parental responsibility rights. Okay, so here's the thing. It doesn't say like he's responsible. It says he has legal and parental responsibility, not that he's responsible for the child. He just has rights to the child. That's what it is. So that doesn't mean he's responsible for that child. Unless his name's on the birth certificate.
So why is Sherry Shepherd still paying for that baby that she didn't want?
Who?
Sherry Shepherd.
Your girl, that's new Wendy.
I mean, that's a on her part.
No, once you're on the birth certificate, you're the father.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm asking. Is his name on that birth certificate already?
Of course it is. Once, because they're married, they automatically put it on.
And he wasn't there, so she was in charge of that.
I will say this: that's not really true because I do know a couple people who that did not happen. But yeah, that's not exactly true.
What do you mean? Did they go to court? If they went to court and they were married, they will put his name on that birth certificate.
His name was no. I'm gonna leave it there.
So you know a couple of husbands whose names were not placed on the birth certificate? Oh.
Was it their baby?
Okay, so one. Okay, as it turned out, one was and the other wasn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there was like a break or two in the relationship, so there were some questions, and they both said, "Nah, until I see some proof, I'm not doing nothing."
But he wasn't even in the country, so she was in charge of the birth certificate, so she could write down Daffy Duck.
That's my thing. That's what I want to know.
I heard you can't do that anymore.
Really?
So he got to be there to put his name on the certificate?
Well, unless you're married, but I heard you can't do that anymore.
But they married.
Okay,
that's
so
the
maybe.
caveat.
When you're married, you can do it, but I heard when you just want to put a baby on a man, can't do that no more.
Oh yeah, they used to do that a lot. Yeah. Because
you got to go to the courts. I don't understand why he wouldn't be. I'm sure he was, because I'm sure it's a reason why his visa was sped up and he was able to come to America.
Yep. Because that was quick.
Debbie, you're right.
And Michael ain't here yet. Not that he has a egg to tote, but
because that means he would have came in 10 months.
Wow.
And that's kind of quick. So going with the Blobby's theory, it makes sense because you put his name on the birth certificate. Like, well, I just had his baby. I really need him here. Blah blah blah. And they can push that on through if they want to. That makes good sense.
Because that's how Bigman got here, the first time.
No, it was the Biniam.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's what he
child
got
was
here.
going into surgery, so they got their state senator to get a You're talking about the first marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the states, he couldn't get over it. The baby had to come back and go for this surgery or something like that. And the state senator or congressperson went and got all of these special exemptions for him in order to come over for that child's surgery for a certain period. I think it was like 6 weeks or 2 months or something like that.
But then that shows that you came in and you can leave, and so it's easier to come back. He wouldn't have got in previously.
Mm.
And it's harder. Remember, it's hard to come from East Africa. It's hard to come to the United States.
Yeah, because those bans on those countries, I think, only recently got lifted.
That was before the bans. If you were from Kenya, it was hard to get here.
Ooh. Poor Michael.
Because the way that most people do it is through the student visa. That's how the Nigerians get here.
Like Obama's daddy.
Yeah, they get here through the student visa, then they get married. Not all of them. And that's how they stay. Or they have a child. And it's saying, oh, I have to take care of my child. Because remember, too, there's a religious aspect of it, too. A lot of these countries have a high Muslim population. Like, for instance, I know Usman is not from Lagos. He's probably from the north, because in the north of Nigeria, that's where they're Muslim. So it would have been interesting for them to play with that a little bit more.
I got you.
Because the northern Nigerians won't date Christian. They don't date like the Christian southern. Like, they didn't even talk about Yoruba and all the different tribes. But it's interesting because he's Muslim and he wouldn't even date a Christian Nigerian. That's uncommon.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I got you, Bobby.
Yanni got removed a year ago. Okay, so all right, Yanni has a good comment. She says that the ban on some of those countries were removed a year ago. Between the pandemic and the huge amount of cases will take time for Michael. Oh, the backlog of applications. Okay.
Right, because Michael, his thing comes up as fraud. So I don't know how he got here. Maybe he got it through TLC.
Wait, what? What came up as fraud?
His relationship. That's why he hasn't been able to come here. It comes up as fraud.
Damn.
But the country was on the ban list, though, from the Trump administration.
But that was a lot of years.
Yeah.
There was Nigerians coming in here through that time period. Yeah, the students.
With student visas, but not with the spousal visas. All of those were banned. Child, this was
because the country that the most visas are given to is the Philippines.
That's interesting.
It makes sense because Hawaii is an easy place if you're Filipino to migrate to.
Was there anybody else that stuck out for you in this season? Tell all, anything?
I'm so glad we're done with this. I thought that friend needs to worry about her husband and not Jasmine. And who's the other one? Mahogany. That was absolutely ridiculous. You got a whole husband and you worried about Ben. But no, I'm done. I just wanted to let you know that we got Dubai. Did you watch Legos?
No, I didn't.
No,
today is my day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legos, and we got to talk. Johannesburg is coming back.
It is? Oh, interesting.
After Crystal got beat up in the club, they fired her, and remember the woman who got married to that man that didn't love her? She was putting hands on Crystal.
Burnett?
Burnett.
Yes.
Oh.
She was the one that put hands and feet on her.
What? That was the person that I thought would never do something like that. My
Right.
God. What did Crystal do to push Burnett? Oh my God. I thought
And
Nadia would have what was her name? Nalidi. I thought
yeah.
Nalidi would have whipped her ass first.
And then do you watch Durden? Durden is hilarious.
Durban? No, I've heard of Durban.
Yeah.
That
one
Durban,
is
right?
Clips. I see the clips of it. They are funny. Oh, and
they're hilarious. They put it they a new level of messiness. Then we have Dubai coming, which I'm happy about, but they get one season shot with me. And when by season I mean 7 episodes or less. I ain't doing this 15 episodes.
I feel Carolyn Stanton will ruin it for me.
Yeah, I don't know why she's coming back.
Because for some reason, Bravo like her.
You mean Andy? I can't wait for them to fire him. Then I don't have to see these has-beens no more.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, and you guys can say I'm wrong, but when I see, I saw the trailer of Dubai, right? For some reason, Caroline just stuck out, and not in a good way.
Cause she white?
No, it's just like she didn't give me that feel of Dubai.
What trailer? You mean that teaser that they sent out?
The teaser, sorry.
Oh,
Even
the only
that,
thing she was overdressed and the skirt was too long. I didn't see anything positive about her. They stuck her in the middle in that big old ugly dress, and girl, bye. I just feel like she's gonna ruin it for me.
That's your girl.
Isn't it me though? Like I felt with Ladies in London, she fit in perfectly given the vibe, but with this vibe, I'm like,
because she's trying too hard. Before Ladies in London, she sat down and she pretended like she worked. She had a rich Arab husband, and we was like, yes. But now she's going to the Middle East with this young Latino man talking about wanting a baby at 50. Kill me with these Janet Jackson storylines.
Okay, so it's not just me. Cause I rewatched it a couple of times to make sure I wasn't overthinking. I'm like, no, it's just like the vibe of Dubai. You see Chantel, you see the other women. Like, they give me a vibe. They give me like, I belong here. I'm real.
She's giving us Palm Springs, checking out the retirement home, and everybody else is giving a young, rich, wealthy. Yes. And I mean, they better have money. I better see little zoos on property. I better see wings of houses. I better see gold. And if the Shaws do all that bull BS and they ain't got no money, I better see some fabulous house. I better see palaces.
Y'all are much kinder than me, because I just see colonizer scammer when I see her.
Well, she is both. So. You know what it is? I think that because she's linked to Prince Andrew, is just not a good look right now, you know?
Right.
But I didn't really like her. She was probably the only person. No, she and that dark hair one that was like a gnat, Juliet.
Yeah, Juliet.
Those are the two that I hated. Juliet. Everybody loved Caroline, and I couldn't dig her.
I couldn't get into that show. That show was too boring for me. London is not a city I like seeing on television. Like, it's too dreary. It reminds me of depression.
Oh, I don't mind that, as long as they're shopping.
But they don't be shopping at Harrods and spending $150,000. I need to see that.
Oh, you know the best shopping experience in Harrods? Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, being Bobby Brown, when they went up in Harrods and the owner came out and she pulled out a stack of cash and they were just walking around buying everything and acting like really tweaked out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best shopping spree in London ever.
But we need London. We need like social. It wasn't like, it was old money, but like barely holding on to money. Like, you had to marry young money because your family ain't got nothing. You know, I want to see an estate. I want to see, like downtown Abbey. I want to go. We're going to grandmama's summer home in I don't know, Leeds or whatever, and it's gorgeous. It's been here 500 years. My great grandmother was friends with the queen, and this is the butler's room. Like, no, I don't want to see townhouse, real 3-4 British pounds. No, I want to see money. I want to see $20 to $100 million.
And you want to see all the ancestors on the wall.
I do. I want to see all the ancestors and the dogs and the pheasants and the gun. I want to see everything.
And going out hunt. What do they call hunting, shooting, pheasanting, whatever.
All that.
Seeing all of that.
But I think Dubai. I'm gonna not have high expectations because again, I don't see anybody that got real money in it. You know, I see a lot of condos. You know how I feel about that.
But that's what's out there, though.
No, it ain't. They got some bad houses.
They do, but are those people going to want to give us access, though?
Right.
Because there's like a lot. There's a lot of like hidden money in Dubai.
And I'm surprised how many Black people are on the show.
That's like Orange County too, though. Like I see people like, well, Orange County, they're like the brokest. I'm like, the real money is not coming on that show. I'm telling you, like that Orange County money, the real money, the David's like the hidden money. They're not coming on. They're not coming on the show. Are you serious?
They won't.
They're not coming on the show. No, Orange
They
County
won't come on the show because of their political leanings.
Yeah,
that's why
I was saying they'll all go to the Republican gatherings, like how them 3 crones were, broke ones. But yeah, they'll all go to that, but they're not gonna come on the show.
They're not gonna come on the show, but no, I need to see wealthy. Listen, if we're gonna do condos, the only condo who I think has been up to par is Alexia's. If I'm gonna see, I don't want to see other doors when I look at this condo.
Blobby's like, yo, if your condo don't take up the whole floor,
exactly, like Kongi in South Africa got the floor, so surely you could get the floor in Dubai.
Blobby's not having it. People, don't come up with Gina's townhouse in Dubai. Don't do that to
exactly.
her.
Don't be, honey. If I see a townhouse, I'ma scream. A townhouse.
Well, the servants have to live somewhere.
These people can't afford servants.
Really?
Listen, I'm looking. I better see. I don't even want to see like what's her name? The one from OC, the tired, worn out one with that little gym.
Oh, Tamara.
Yeah, I don't even want to see her. Her house was so basic. I was looking at it. I was like, this is giving me real, like, you know, us. That's real us, her house. No.
Oh, Lord.
It's real 300,000 everywhere else, but because she live in Florida, because she live in California, it's $1 million. I'm gonna need them, like, it was giving me real 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2,100 square feet. Like, no. I think there should be a 5,000 square foot minimum for these housewives.
That's only if it's a condo, right?
No,
if it's a house. 5,000 is a little too small. We got to start at least at 10.
But they're broke.
Oh.
Because when is Shannon going to get her inheritance? Because I'm tired of seeing how broke she's living.
Well, Daddy got to die.
Daddy can't give her a loan?
Daddy is busy out whoring.
Listen, I wouldn't have been raised with butlers and this and that and being on television in that house she's with my broke boyfriend. I ain't doing that.
Well, I think what it was with Shannon is like, she's like, you know what? I'm going to buck the trend. I'm not going to marry money. I'm going to show that I'm not about the money. I'm going to marry someone without money and show it can be done. I'm not materialistic. That she got with David, whose family had to loan him money to start his business, and this is where she is now.
But look, Julia Roberts married that bum, and look how well he's living. You remember that bum? Oh, let me tell you, I'm gonna do on my show, gold digging, garden tooling, in the 90s edition, because we forgot to talk about how much of a home wrecker Julia Roberts was. You remember when they did The Mexican with Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt? The Mexican? And she was sitting there stealing somebody's husband who was a cameraman. Oh!
Johnny Motor. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, he was married?
Yes, he was married, and she had to pay the ex-wife to leave, and so she could marry her man. Yes, honey. He was married, honey. He was married to his wife since like 96. They got together in 2000. Then he divorced his wife and got with Julia in 2002. And she was the first one that bought some children that ain't hers.
Wait, what?
She was the first person that bought some children that ain't hers.
Oh, she had a surrogate?
No, remember she did like what J-Lo did. They pop somebody else's eggs and carry the child. Allegedly.
Oh. See, I don't even remember. Like, I know she had kids. She has twins.
Yeah, that's the giveaway.
I don't remember her being pregnant. Like, seeing her with
no,
her
she was
baby
too
bump.
embarrassed. Remember, she left Hollywood after that because she was stealing people's man.
Oh. That's a long time ago, and I was never really a big fan of hers. I loved her hair, though.
She was always ugly to me. They always gassed her up.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then, so Dubai has to be fabulous. I'm expecting.
Maybe they'll go to a lot of fabulous places and meet fabulous, like in the social elite. I'm hoping for that. And the two of them that I think are business women, I want to see them do their businesses.
Oh, you mean the one on College Hill? Please. And but shout out to her. She made the come up. She was out here being side chicks to rappers to get in a man who could help her live in Dubai. Shout out to her. Come on with the come up.
Which one is that? Is that the Jamaican?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
From Texas, right? Her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on College Hill. You don't remember her?
I didn't watch College Hill.
Oh, it was ghetto. If you want to laugh, and I think she was on Florida. Watch College Hill, Florida. Baby, you thought the real side chicks of Hollywood was some foolishness?
Is it worse than the real side chicks of Charlotte? I couldn't get past 3 minutes of that mess.
I don't think it's not. It's great television because it's early 2000s. It's like Flavor of Love, but they're in college.
Oh, okay.
And they go to historically black schools.
I got you.
The one in Miami, Debbie is gonna have you hollering. There's this gay man on that one. He is not playing. Somebody ate his ribs, and it turned into World War III.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, fighting off of ribs.
Well, I can understand that. That's why I'm sturdy. Don't mess with my stuff.
But yeah, she was on that. No, the one that's gonna piss me off is that what she said she was Kenyan. I don't know what she said she was. That East African model. She gonna piss me off.
Oh, Chantel?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
She gonna come with that bullshit.
Oh.
Which one? Which bullshit though? I need to know so I can be prepared.
She gonna come with that race bullshit. She gonna come with that class bullshit. She gonna come with it.
Oh.
Talking about, and I bet you it's a fake storyline. I was in the jungle and, with my pet lion and they found me model. They always tell that bullshit.
Oh my God.
Not in the jungle with the pet lion. Oh,
yeah, Iman told some bullshit like that. I was a poor girl. Stupid. Iman's father was a diplomat? Stop it.
But she could have been in the jungle on safari.
On safari, you didn't live there in the traditional way, please.
Wait, did she say she lived there or they just found her there? There's a difference. We gotta help her out. We gotta help Iman out.
Even Lapita is from a wealthy family. Talking about I grew up in the jungle and I was pleased. Sit yourself down.
Lapita Nyong'o?
Yeah, that girl's original from Kenya. She don't sit herself down.
because I think they got her name from when they were living in Mexico on some government something. Like the father's in the government, right?
Yeah, and that means
Yeah.
buku money. It ain't like here.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in the government abroad, you get paid.
Uh-huh. Because
Right.
I wondered about her name. Because I was like, wow, that's an interesting name. And
It's an
so then
interesting
when
mix.
I heard about it, I was like, oh, money. Okay, never mind.
Talking about her. She had servants and all of that as a child. Talking about that stupidness. I was in the jungle, starving, eating kangaroo meat. Stupidness like that.
Kangaroo meat. Wait.
It was hard. The Peace Corps taught me how to speak English. And then from there, I soared. I couldn't run, but I could act. You know, they be telling you all this bullshit.
Oh, no. Maybe she won't. Maybe. Has she already started doing that?
She's already started talking about she's a top model, like Iman and Naomi Campbell.
Yeah, well, she said she was the first black model in Dubai.
Let me tell you something. And they better touch on this.
Mm-hmm.
In Dubai, when you have melanin in your skin, they see you as a hooker. So they're going to have to talk about that.
I thought you were going to say servant. But
no, they think that at the Filipinos.
Oh.
And you know they be taking people passports there and have you working like a dog.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
But when you're black, because a lot of the, Nigerians and people, and like Kenyans and everybody are prostitutes. The black people typically. You go there, they're saying, how much? How much?
Oh, like that?
So they like the dark chocolate.
Of course they do. That's how Ethiopians and everybody look like that. They've been slaying on that East African coast for a while. Please, ain't nothing new.
Oh, Poppy.
They love a little bit of chocolate in their diet.
Oh my God. I think it'll be interesting, with the exception of Caroline.
Caroline, they should have put another white woman. Because every time she go at it with somebody, they're going to say, oh, they're bullying her.
Bobby, I think you're right. I think with Caroline, she sticks out because the balance is off. They needed one more Caucasian lady in there.
Or just remove her.
Well, the show needs 7. I'm going to stick with the formula.
You could bring 7. In 2 other white women.
You got to be careful with white women, though. Because, like we see with Crystal, you got to be real careful. Because she say the wrong thing to the right one, we gonna have a problem.
She called Burnett on the wrong day.
But you know how Crystal used to have those little smart like she used to be wilding. I was like, girl, where are you?
Remember Madame was trying to beat her up in the boutique? I mean,
swinging her bag. Oof.
But
Crystal would just say like stuff outside her neck, and I'm like, you need to not do that. You need to stop doing that because
I don't think Durden and Lagos don't have a white woman because Crystal messed it up for them. You can't have them on. No, I think Durden does. They got one. She looks like the subways in Harlem, and
Jesus.
Because even Young, Rich, and African, why is Kaylee there? Naked is how you doing. You know, they gotta stop that. He and Swanky could be a cute couple. Come on. Let's stop it. If a man don't want to sleep with you and he's like, ooh, ew, ow.
But he's just not attracted to her. Have you
ever seen Naked say a woman is attractive?
Well, he was married to Naledi.
Naledi's a guy.
She isn't. You remember Naledi from Johannesburg?
Oh, that was his wife?
Yeah. They remember she would always say my husband. That's who she was married to.
Wait. The one that died?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo, honey.
Yeah,
But they didn't have no children, right?
No, they got divorced in 2019.
Right.
But didn't she give you? I'm sorry. God forgive me for this. She
Oh,
didn't give
Lord.
you for the community vibes.
No.
She did to me.
I think she was just like distracted with, because she was in college at that time. She was starting a business as well. Wasn't she in law school or something? I think she was in law school, if I can remember correctly.
But they never talked about how her father was white. And I was confused.
I think
They
they
did.
briefly
They
touched on
mentioned
it. Yeah, when she went back home and threw that party and they was cooking outside in that big pot. I think at the party she did mention it there that her father was white.
So real quick, I want to touch on this comment by What's the Tea. There's just too many things that's problematic with that comment about Ethiopian. Please do your research before saying something as asinine as that comment.
What's asinine about it? Do a 23andMe and it will show you that you and Arabs have the same type of bloodline. This, like, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your bloodline.
What's the Tea? Which comment so we can work through that?
I think it was the comment where people have been dipping into North Africa and Ethiopia.
They have. That's what their bloodline is. Just because you say you're Ethiopian, you don't. Just because you identify with your nationality and not your race, that has nothing to do with me.
Oh, I am 100% Ethiopian. Now, I have a question. And I've always wondered this. So, there's race and nationality, like, correct? So, like, I can say that I'm African, but I'm African American. So, I would say my race is African, and then but my nationality is American. Like, how do you guys?
No, your race is black.
It's black, yeah.
Race is black. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I've
like
always wondered.
Charlize Theron is African, but she is white, so she is technically an African American.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Nationality is the nation you come from.
Right. Okay. Which is the way I took it. I always wondered, like, I never looked deep into that. So this is a good conversation to have. So, nationality is where you're born. Race is basically bloodline, DNA, all that good stuff. Okay.
It's an issue because Ethiopians believe that they're not a race admixture, and they are, just like everybody else in Africa. And when you do the research and come back, you'll know.
I was born in the U.S. So, what's the T is Ethiopian American 100%, but is American by birth. Got it. Okay. Okay. I can see that.
But Ethiopian is not a race. Ethiopian is a nationality. That's because you can be white Ethiopian.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I want to actually do I was going to do
No,
more.
do it. When you do a 23andMe, it will tell you every genetic marker you have. Like, most Americans are most African Americans are Nigerian, right? They're from the West. It's very rare that you have East African blood. But even East Africans, when the East Africans do it, they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know this." And predominantly with Ethiopians, they're a racial admixture, but they've been dating each other so much. That's why they have a distinct look compared to others.
This is interesting. I'm going to do my own research on this, and I'm very, very curious because when
I Google
it,
it is interesting. I've done both. I've done Ancestry and 23andMe.
Here's what it says on Google. I'll do more deep research. It says Ethiopian race may refer to Ethiopian people. Ethiopian race, Negroid race is defined by somebody I don't know. Peoples of most Africa, Australia, New Guinea, other Pacific islands, and then you go down. Is Ethiopian ethnicity or a race?
No, because Cape Verdeans are technically African, but when you go onto the island and when you do the research, like Amber Rose, you see they are of mixed race. So that doesn't say anything. Just because you identify as Black does not mean that your race is. I would encourage you to do a 23andMe, and then let's have that conversation again.
Yeah, my 23andMe kind of surprised me. They do the best breakdown based on region and countries and stuff like that. That kind, like, I'm a scammer.
From where?
Hold on, I pulled it up. Okay, so I've got Sub-Saharan African, 35.7%, and I didn't realize it was that low. But
So Debbie, you're technically a white woman.
Well, predominantly, apparently.
But you would be, because technically most African Americans have 20% or more European blood. So you're not full blood.
I'm not African American.
No, but what I mean is like you're from this side of the world where everybody has a little bit of white in them.
Yes, and I did presume that my mother had white in her, not based on her complexion, but based on what she said about her father and her uncle, because her father had very soft hair, but her uncle was, this is her description, pitch black, but with wavy hair and then blue eyes like sapphires. And they were very scared of him as a child because of his eyes. But let him go to sleep and they would play in his hair until his head was sore. But the moment he woke up, they were running from him because that was weird for them. So I was just like, well, that happens because of, something else. But I didn't expect, like, I'm 19.7% Nigerian. Hey. So yeah, it gives you a really good breakdown. Wait till the next holiday, Jamal, when the tests go on sale.
Yeah.
And take them and do both.
Because for you, it's great. Because you're a man, so it's going to show more than it does a female.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like your siblings, you will all see a difference. Well, you don't have it.
Yeah, I don't have any, no.
But you will see the differences.
You might find some.
Know.
Right, because like, for instance, me, most of my bloodline is East African.
I think this is kind of cool. Like, I look forward to doing this research. I'm just curious. This makes me I've always been kind of curious, but I never looked into it. But now this conversation makes me want to look into it even more. And
if you know the state where your ancestors were property, you can go and they have depending on what time they came into America, you can see exactly where they came from. But you have to have the state in their name.
Okay.
So like your last descendant that was like a slave.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Ebony, I was with you on this, and that's why I did Ancestry as well, just to see who was lying. But they pretty much were very similar, except that 23andMe did more of a breakdown by country, which kind of surprised me. But
what white country are you from? What European country are you from?
Hold on. England and Ireland.
Oh, so am I. I'm English and Swedish.
Yeah, and then just under 10% French and German.
No, Arabian Peninsula?
No.
Okay.
No, I got 0.3% Western Asian and North African, and 0.3% Indonesian, Thai, Khmer, Mayan Mama, or whatever. I don't even know what that is.
DSJ says race, ethnicity, nationality are different. It's not completely incorrect, but some identify ethnic group as race. And then DSJ also says race is also a social construct that was made up to promote eugenics and manifest destiny and the like. I remember that in history. What the T says, in America, people think that African black people only have certain types of features. Please understand that Africa is a continent and not a country.
Okay.
I want to touch on that in a second. I'm 100% Ethiopian. Many Americans, particularly African Americans, always assume that I am mixed, but I am not. There's nothing wrong with being mixed, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but there is nothing wrong with the way I look and identifying what I actually am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I worked with a young lady years ago, and people would mistake her for Ethiopian, and she was Eritrean. I would like correct him like, no, like you're being kind of like stereotypical. That's not what she is. She's Eritrean. So you need to make sure you ask before you assume. And I think that's a bit. I will say that in American culture, we love to assume what someone is instead of just asking a question. Say, hey, may I ask you what your nationality or ethnicity actually is? We just want to go by
Nobody's
look.
assuming. We just
People
know.
do. No, if
But
you look,
let's
I'm just
let's
talking
let's
in
get back
general.
to the
In general.
Ethiopian thing. I'm not saying that you are not black because there are a lot of mixed race people in Africa. I am saying Ethiopians in particularly have mixed race blood. And it's okay. And every time you can go and do the Google Ethiopians doing a 23andMe, and what I'm telling you comes up. I'm not saying that you're not black, but I'm saying be honest why you share traits with other people around the world.
You share the same borders.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what my coworker told me. They share the same border.
but aren't we all mixed a little bit?
I
I
mean,
mean,
it
no.
depends. It depends. Like there are people who are in Africa who are primarily black. There are people who are an admixture. There are, but with
Mm.
Ethiopians in particular, they love to like this. I guess I shouldn't put this on her, but this is a pet peeve of mine. Even with the Egyptians, stop pretending like you don't have an admixture.
Hmm.
Just because you come from Africa doesn't mean that people don't mix.
Hmm.
Hmm. Wow.
What the T says, it's too much to explain on YouTube chat, but please do your research. I have not 1% European in my blood.
Wow, that's
That
interesting.
is
Like I've always known that I'm mixed, right?
right.
But I just like I just basic. Oh, black and white. There you go. And I've been good with that all of my years.
Mhm.
But then when I did the genetic the 23andMe thing, I was kind of surprised. It was kind of interesting to see what all made me up, you know?
Since you had good experience with it, I'll give it a shot. 'Cause I've been kind of skeptical of
Do
23andMe.
it.
I'll be completely honest. I've been skeptical, but now you've had a good experience with it, so I think
Oh yeah.
No,
give it
it's
one
great.
shot.
You know what is the funniest part is that I found two first cousins from my father's side, and I have never ever known anyone from that side of the family. I didn't reach out,
Right,
no,
right.
but it was just very unusual to see two first cousins, and they weren't my actual first cousins who I knew. They
Mhm.
were strangers. And so that was kind of off-putting a little bit. So just be careful. You might. I think Heidi said that she found her son did it and found family
Mm.
on
You might
it.
find a
Yeah.
sibling.
Right.
Well, yeah. So just brace yourself just in case. Mm-mm. Alrighty. So what else? We really veered off on this conversation, didn't we? But it was a good conversation. I like it. So anything else on this trash box? Are you gonna watch the new season of Bobby?
No,
No, you've given up?
no, I give it up. I mean, this is a bigger discussion. the petty in me wants to be real petty in me, but the adult in me is going to allow this to ride.
Okay.
But the petty in me wants to be petty. But no, I'm not watching the new season. I mean, no, I don't like these mystical, very expensive kissing scene promos. No.
Oh, you're not falling for it. That's what Bobby's saying. She's not falling for it.
They have twisted up how they're promoting it. It's a little bit. It felt like Maths Australia, which has a really high production value as opposed to the trash box Maths from here. Oh, that reminds me, I have to watch that this afternoon. Oh God. Oh.
So Debbie, what are your overall? Before we go, what are you? Do you hold out any hope for this season?
This upcoming season?
Right.
I just want to support my Trini girl. I want to see what she's giving, and I think I'll love her mom. Everybody else, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm so biased. I'll watch anything that has a Caribbean person on it to say I'm supporting.
No, do that. I do the same thing. If it's a black person I like, I'm going to watch it.
That's the only reason why I'm going to watch Atlanta. But the closer that it gets to the premiere date, the more I am concerned that I will be bored to tears.
I'm just going into this season with like very low expectations. Actually, no expectations. That way, I can't be disappointed. I think it's just easier that way with this upcoming season.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a bore, but we'll be right here to show. I'm gonna do the first episode. If I like the first episode, I'll continue. If not, I'll move on.
We'll see. Okay, guys, I have more street running to do today.
More,
girl. It's just one of those days with errands, so I gotta go while the energy is still there, because as a senior citizen now, the energy, it wanes very quickly. All right, guys. Ablavi, as usual, thank you so much for joining us today. Ablavi, you can be found on Ablavi M on YouTube. She has amazing shows. Highly comical, but also makes you say, So, Ablavi, when's your next show?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have to do notes on the Playboy thing.
Oh, did you finish reviewing everything on Young, Famous, and African?
I did that in all in one. I can't be doing episodes. I can't. It's too much. I'm doing Young, Rich. I'm doing Playboy, because they wanted the Playboy, and then I'm going to do The Ultimatum on Netflix. Netflix is trying to get somebody killed.
Have you watched that yet? Is it good?
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out. I wouldn't say good. I would say it has entertaining pieces. Like, one of the guys on there is a savage.
Oh God.
And we got I wish they would put a gay couple though sometimes in these shows, just to see, who likes to lick the lips or suck that.
Oh my God. Well, I think I might watch it, because I've been hearing I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers reviewing it. I might give it a go. At least one episode to see what it's about.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I don't have high hopes for it. This is a very Lifetime show. It's very similar to what Mavs used to be.
Wait, what? I thought that they came on there because somebody gave an ultimatum, and so then they decide they're gonna hook up with other people.
Yeah, but you know how Mavs, like, they will, but that's what Mavs is. They go there to get married, and then they find somebody else they like more, and then they start,
Oh, Mavs Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like that. It's like you get to choose who you want, and watch the first episode. That is going to be crazy. People get really upset, or whatever episode it is that they pick who they want to be with, because they pick one person to be with, which I thought was the mistake. I thought they should have allowed them to, sleep, just be messy, sleep with who they want to, free love.
Oh, they can't do that.
They have to find the one person they want to be with, and then they have to live with them for 3 weeks, I think, and stuff like that. And you, when you watch it, tell me who you think slept together. Because I have a few people I think that, because only one told the business, but I got a few I think that was doing the nasty.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to give it a watch. Although I have to watch Maths Boston, Maths Australia, and Orange County today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be rough.
Yep.
And Do Heidi tonight. Not Do Heidi, but that came out real wrong. But yeah. All right. So guys,
I'll see you later. Y'all have a good one.
Bobby.
Thanks for coming up.
I dropped by. Deborah, which show you talking? Which show you asking about? When does that go on? Which show? Just so we know.
How many Birkin bags does Garcelle have? My gosh, she's sporting a different color every day.
Math Australia, at least I think on my end it comes on, is it 10 or is it 9? I think. See, you know what, Debbie, what time does Math come on for you on your coast? Because see, I don't watch it. I watch it on the app the next day.
I think it's Lifetime. Wait, Maths Australia?
Right.
I think it's 10 o'clock because Boston is 8 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then Australia comes on right afterwards.
Yeah. Deborah, yeah. What show was Bobby talking about? Is the show about Bobby
The Ultimatum?
The Ultimatum on Netflix, Deborah.
Yeah. See, Ebony, I was all excited when I saw the trailer for Beverly Hills, but then I was like, wait, hold up. I've gotten the okie doke on me before. I'm just hesitant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. We've got a new character in the mix. We have Garcelle going on Erica. We have Garcelle's friends coming on the show. We have Renna coming for Kathy. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can work with. There's a lot to work with here, but how the footage that we get, I'm gonna hold back. Oh, Deborah, the best math. Oh, the best math is Australia by far.
Yeah, the best maths is Australia. And Australia is now on Lifetime. Okay, so guys, just check your local cable provider. If you are using a like a Fire Stick or Apple TV or something like that, or Roku, see if you can download the Lifetime app and watch it there. Let's see. Don't forget that we have to wrap up New Jersey. Well, we didn't watch Jersey. I heard Teresa threw food.
Yeah.
Okay. I want them to stop centering this show around Teresa.
Yeah. That's why I didn't watch it this year, because last year we were kind of excited. It came out with a bang and it just flopped, and we knew it was gonna flop, and it was hard to get through it. So I didn't watch it this year. From what I've been seeing on the Twitter, I've been following some of the bloggers on Twitter. It makes it a lot easier for me. They are in the same boat. Very, very mixed reviews. Very mixed reviews with New Jersey this year.
Because no one had a storyline.
Yeah.
Teresa doesn't have one. Melissa never has one. Then her husband, Joe, tried to become a housewife for some reason. I don't know. And now they're goosing up the reunion, saying that he's the one who was spreading the rumor about Evan last year.
Right.
So that tells me that they're dying for people to watch if
Right.
they're dropping like tidbits like that before it airs.
And you're dropping house husband tidbits, not housewife tidbits. That's when you really don't have anything. You know, when you need the husband to boost up your reunion. That's bad.
Or walking out like a drama queen. Really?
Yeah. No. I just want them to. Here's what happened with the show. Once the Manzos left and it stopped being about families, it's just I don't care. But
no, I've been hearing like the reviews on YouTube. I haven't watched.
Now I follow J Reality Blog on Twitter, and I think the Peach Daily as well. So I'm keeping up on Twitter and some online reviews, but as far as watching, no.
Yeah, I like to hear the gossip, but to say that I'm going to commit an hour to watch New Jersey, no. Nobody ever has a storyline on there.
Mm-mm. And when they do have a storyline, it's not fleshed out. It always shifts back to Teresa.
Exactly. And last season, when we were reviewing it, I was tired of the Teresa show, and I wasn't going to indulge this season. Oh, well. All right, let me go and run my errands. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. We'll do Real Housewives of Orange County first, and then we'll do more weddings on Mass Australia. So it'll be 2 quickie little shows tomorrow for you guys. I'm going to watch replay for all I missed in this review. Oh, thank you, Deborah.
Thanks, Deborah.
Andy Cohen's been exploiting Tree since the Mansells left. I think that might be reciprocal. Somebody had to pay off those debts. All righty. So, guys, Jamal, any final thoughts on any of the stuff that we've talked about today?
No, we're good. Good conversations. Mass show, but we make it work.
Yeah. And for any of those who are interested, I just got a note from Heidi. I'll see y'all this evening on Heidi Black's channel. Bring your drinks, bring your snacks, and let's talk some maths mess. All right. So, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.